ask me. And I want to put kind of a series together like this, where we do different projects. I may have like a set out supply list like I did on this one. But keep in mind, if that's not what you want to do, by all means, do it differently. It would only be so that when I give measurements and things like that, you wouldn't have to figure out your own measurements. So that'll go like that. Do I want to distress around the edges of the book? Okay. I don't know, I'm going to do it on this one. And we'll figure out if I wanted to do it or not. Yes, I'm coming in more than I normally do because when I first did it, if I'm doing it just on the edges like that, I don't really think I love it like that. I don't know, like it is right here. I don't think I like how it's the super light book page is showing through. So when I was doing it up here, I just kind of brought my distressing in more. Okay, note to self, next time I don't think I'm distressing the actual book page. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to remove that for a minute. I don't think I love this part. I shouldn't have done that, but I did it and it is what it is at this point. All right. That part of my book is going to be covered up anyway, so I'm using it for a moment. I'm going to take my trusty glue stick because I don't know what I would do without it. And I'm gonna just cover all of this in glue stick. By the way, it's really weird to talk to yourself. I kind of thought I was crazy before, but now that I'm sitting here for, oh, I'm sure this thing is going on an hour, randomly rambling to myself, it's really weird. Don't distress around the edges like I did. Unless you're better at it than me. You might be better at it than me. You probably are. All right. Yes, I finally lined it up. The first time I tried to lay it down, I didn't get this page right back where I had it to begin with. So I was back to being able to see that bright white book. So there's how I would do one page. Again, the reason I didn't care how great, how heavy my paper was that I printed on was that it's not going to bleed through. You have 2 book pages behind it. That's usually my complaint when I'm dealing with paper that I'm writing on, is my ink from my pen bleeding through it. It may aggravate me a little bit or a whole lot. All right, guys, pause for a second. I'm going to grab some fabric so we can play with this page and maybe paint on this page. Okay, everybody, I went ahead and grabbed a towel because my copy dyed paper stuff that I made is not dry yet. So I'm just going to run my iron over it. Okay. I have mine like all the way up. So if you have it all the way up, you need to move faster than I did at the beginning. I don't know. It seemed to work pretty well. I don't know, I might like that. I might like being able to do my paper that way. I'm going to grab another one. see what happens. Oh, one of my graph papers. I love graph paper. However, all right, how about I turn this down a little bit? Yeah, quick across. Quick across. And this side I wasn't worried about covering at all because I like the smaller part of the graph. So that's the only part that I'm going to have showing in the book. All right, I have to admit, this is kind of fun. No, not so much fun that I want to go iron my clothes. I believe wrinkling creates character. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. I don't know. This is definitely a little more time consuming than just throwing it in the oven. But, I don't know. A good solution for when you need a page or two and you don't already have them, instead of getting everything out and going through, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of rigmarole when I have to coffee stain paper. So I like this idea for just 1 or 2 pages. I don't like this idea for hey, I need to restock my coffee paper. All right, there we go. Woohoo. So 4 of them done. I don't know, that could be, nope, sorry, I'm gonna hit you with papers. That could be faster than putting them in the oven, but it's a lot more, I guess, involved the entire time. The other thing I grabbed while I was up was some fabric. This has already been torn along most of the edges. I will not lie, I love tearing my fabric. I don't know, there's something about it. It just gives it a really nice frayed edge without a whole lot of work. Okay, so how do I want this? I've never put fabric in these before. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I don't know what I'm doing even when I have done something before. So maybe what I'll do is, all right, let me eyeball where I'm going to snip this at. This is how I tear my fabric. I start it with a little cut, and that's super easy because you just tear it with your hand. Woohoo! I can't lie, I love torn fabric. I'm like, who is it? Abraham Lincoln? I can't tell a lie. All right. So I'm going to, let's cut there. And tear my fabric. By the way, that is the worst thing ever about tearing your fabric, is it is so hard to get it the exact size that you wanted. Oh no. Get out of my way. Alright, after all that, I don't really love it there. Probably because it doesn't actually fit, because after I tore it, it was not wide enough. Alright, take 2. Let's pretend like I didn't do that. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't do that one. Psh. I didn't do it. Prove it. You can't prove it. Oh wait, there's video evidence. Okay, maybe you can prove it at this point. It's so funny because, like, okay, well, you guys might not find it funny. I find it funny. Depending on what type of material I'm trying to tear like this, some work so easy. A print cotton, which I use most often, is really easy to tear. This one, since it's so thin, I don't even know what it is. It was a liner from a dress that I no longer wanted, so I kept the material. By the way, guys, keep all your material like that. Just saying. You get a whole lot of material out of one article of clothing, and I probably messed that up again. All right. Not horrible. We're going to go with it. I think what I'm going to do is just put it over in the corner and then put another piece of paper in here. And then maybe it won't bug me as much. I was so full of myself. Oh, I love doing this with paper, ripping fabric. It looks so great. Until I mess it all up. Pressure. I can't deal with the pressure. And I'm really tired of talking to myself. Now, I did bring that out a little bit. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I quit with that. I quit with that. Hold on, let me pull it back out and see it again. It's stuck to my finger. I wonder if it would do good as a pocket. I don't know. I want fabric in here. But I just don't want it all stupid fabric for no reason other than to have fabric. Alright, guys. I don't know what I'll end up doing with it. But that is what you'll want to do now, is not put glue stick on and close your book because it'll make the pages stick together. Is tear out a few of your pages, glue them together. Tear out a few more pages, glue them together. I mean, it's really not that difficult. I think it's more difficult to figure out what the heck I'm going to put on the pages. Yeah, I already did this one. That one, and that one doesn't need a backing. I guess you really don't have to glue two pages together. I don't know. I'm weird. I like the thickness that it adds to it. But if I was working with really heavy, thick paper to begin with, I probably wouldn't glue two together because, well, you don't need them to be like cardboard. I think with this one, I'm not going to be able to keep all my chapters like I wanted to originally, just because there's not very many pages in a chapter. I mean, I need some, like, I don't know. I need like a really thick book. Alright. One thing you can do is, if you're worried about this spot on the spine with the pages joining, is take one piece of paper. Well, hold on. I'll find the actual. Alright. So you may want to take something like a scrapbook paper so it's pretty. Glue it down onto here. And then take it over and glue it here so that it would go straight across and close. That will take it back to being more like a hardcover is. I tried to glue those pages together. If you don't like the way the spine on the outside is working, you know, you don't like the look of it or something, you can always put a little lace, a little fabric, and yes, I just rolled my eyes when I said fabric, a piece of cardstock, whatever you want out there to decorate it, just like we would anything else. The only thing I have not come up with an idea on is how I could attach a, like, charms or the tassel. Yeah, I'm going to go with tassel. The tassels that we put on the outside. That's one thing I'm really missing. So I don't know. I'll try to think of a way to do it. If you guys got any ideas, let me know. All right, everybody. Have a good day. I'll see everybody later.